Okay, by special request, we have today what's called the Baba's Bowl. Basically, this is a potato bowl with vegetables added and also tofu in this case. Something I came up with trying to figure out what can I eat back in the day. That was 11 years ago now, when I used to eat at IHOP and try to tell the chef how to make something that I could eat. Basically came out of that. Of course, I got my version of it. You can do it like I'm doing it right here. You can alter the size of your potatoes if you want to. I cut mine kind of small so I can cook them quick in the pan. But basically you get the idea. You can put any kind of vegetables in there you want to. I'm just showing you the ones that I'm going to put in there today. Watch this. Pretty easy, pretty quick, scrumptious. Let's get to it. Okay, so here are my ingredients. This can be done with tofu or it can be done with eggs. Today I'm going to do it with tofu. So we got there a block of tofu. I only use organic, non-genetically modified tofu. I make sure. In this case, I'm going to use red potatoes. You can use red potatoes, golden white potatoes, or you can mix them or whatever. We got onions. We got 3 different types of peppers. The colors, of course, tell you about the vitamin content. We got the zucchini squash, yellow squash. We got mushrooms. Then we got broccoli. Now you can put whatever you want to in your bowl. This is the stuff that I normally put in my bowl. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the potatoes separately, and then we're going to start cooking the tofu separately. So we start out, we put a little olive oil in the pan and then turn the fire on and put the potatoes in, and we're going to start cooking these potatoes in the pan. The whole time the potatoes are going to be pan seared until they get soft. Next, I'm going to put in the tofu. I'm just going to crumble it down. Also a little bit of oil in the pan because otherwise it will stick. I'm going to crumble it down to about 1/4 of this brick. That'll be enough for me. That'll end up being about how much it would be for 2 scrambled eggs. Now with the tofu going, I'm going to season the tofu. A little bit of salt, a little bit of Cajun spice, and a bit of curry powder. Now another thing that I do, you don't have to, but I like to jazz up my tofu a little bit. So I got some chopped up broccoli, onion, and pepper. And I'm going to cook that into this. Oh, that big piece don't need to be in there. I'm going to cook this all in here together with my tofu. Won't take long at all. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of rosemary and thyme and garlic in my tofu. So that's going to give my tofu a good flavor. Now my potatoes are almost done. I sprinkle them down with a little bit of salt and a little bit of Cajun spice, and I'm going to throw some water in there. That's just to soften them up. Now, and I'm just going to boil that water out of there. Now, if you want them soft, you could boil them a little bit before you do it, but I like mine a little bit firm, so that's how I'm going to soften them up in the end. I'm going to let that water go ahead and evaporate out of there. Let them go ahead and steam. They'll be nice and soft and ready to go. And with that, now my tofu is ready. My potatoes are ready. Now I just got to make the vegetables and throw it all together. Alright, so I threw all my veggies in the pan, same routine. Throw a little bit of salt in here. And I'm going to also use rosemary garlic mix in this group. And I'm also going to add in granulated garlic. And that's all I need for now. I'm going to just steam these a bit. Put a little water in there, create steam. Normally I would throw spinach in there, but I just looked and it looks like somebody ripped my spinach. I think I know who that was. So I'm just going to put kale in there this time. You can use spinach or you can use kale or whatever. And I'm just going to let the steam that down, and then we'll be ready to mix for the bowl. Of course, kale will be a little bit firmer than spinach, but it will work just fine. Alright, I got my potatoes on the bottom. I got my tofu on top of the potatoes. Again, if you want to, you could have put scrambled eggs on there. And then I'm going to add the vegetables, and then I'm going to put some fresh tomatoes on the top, and I'm there. And with the fresh tomatoes added to the top, that, my friends, is the potato bowl. Also called the Baba's Bowl these days. And you can make it for breakfast or you can make it for brunch. It's pretty filling. By the time you get through that, you're full for many, many, many hours. Bon appetit.